most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi there, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to show you how to sit pain-free at a computer workstation, especially if you have neck pain or a pinched nerve in your neck. These are some of the key points of sitting and neck pain. Really, one of the key points, Brad, is frequent movement. So even if we get you set up correctly at the desk, perfect posture, perfect neck, I still want you getting some movement, which means every so often, half hour would be great.
Sure.
I don't know if you can.
Maximum of 2 hours. They say never go past that, but we're saying half hours.
Get up and go for a little walk.
Yep.
You know, go to the bathroom, get a drink of water. You know, go talk to some of your workmates. You know, if you're at home, just go up, go to the refrigerator, whatever you want to do. So
but we've got some other options with the table we'll talk about too.
So the big thing we want to do is avoid forward head posture. Brad, you want to show what that is? Yeah. And so a lot of these things are done with that in mind. And we're going to talk about the chair, the keyboard, the mouse, the screen, all the things you should look at when you're setting this up. Let's start off with the chair, Brad.
Sure.
So the chair, obviously, you want to have at the correct height.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to, the knees going to be pretty much level with the hips.
Right. So there's that. Now, if it's way up here, it's angled down. I don't mind a little bit of angle down,
right?
But you don't want it so it's pushing into the bottom of your hamstrings, that bottom of your thigh, because that cuts circulation off to your legs and it causes problems. It's uncomfortable.
And you certainly don't want to have it so low that it actually causes you to slump.
Right. Or your knees are up into your chest.
Right. Because if your back rounds out, that's going to move your neck forward. That's why bleachers are bad. Bleacher seats are bad for people who have neck pain and back pain.
Right. You typically.
Yep. You're slumped around. If you are a little bit of a shorter person, your feet don't reach the ground, you can use like a leg rest or a pad.
I've had people build something up out of wood. We found out that these Pete's Choice pads, they're cushiony or whatever you have. Put it down there, and I really like it if I take my shoes off and I'm working at my desk.
It's warm.
It's warm. It's comfortable. Even if it's in the wintertime, it's really different on the warmth. But it's still just softer and comfortable. It makes your feet feel better.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones that you can buy. That we just like that because it's so versatile. You can use it for other things. So, all right, once you got the chair in place, you want to make sure you have a chair with a good firm back.
Yep.
You don't want to have one of those that's kind of a flexible back, because a flexible back, this one actually can flex.
Has a little flex,
but it actually locks in. It locks into.
So there's a little give, but it doesn't.
It still
lean
supports,
way back.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And then you want to make sure that you have some type of back support in the chair, because if your back is rounded out, again, it's going to move your neck forward. If you straighten out your back, it often straightens out your neck.
Right.
So this is where we usually recommend people start maybe with a roll towel, because if you're a smaller person or have more of a slighter build, you probably don't need much of a towel.
Yep.
And if you're a larger person with an ample buttock and you have a big gap there, you might need a pretty big roll towel in order to provide support.
And it's going to make a difference on your chair. If you have a strong lumbar support built into your chair, not so big of a support is needed. Or if you got a soft, cushy, rounded, the opposite direction, which you really don't want, then you're really going to need a bigger. So variables.
Yeah, exactly. And then once you decide, you find a size that fits you, you might go ahead and order one that has the strap on it, so you can strap it on the chair.
Right.
Well, it's up to you, Brad.
Well, I'll just show them what we're talking about.
Sure.
Then it stays.
It stays right in place. So every time you sit down, you don't have to find it and put it in place.
And they're typically more comfortable than the towel.
Right. And there's a whole bunch of sizes.
Yeah.
It's really hard for us to recommend one of those because it's so different from person to person.
Right.
So start with the towel, see if it helps, and get your neck in the right position, and then progress to buying something.
If you happen to have armrests that go up and down, make sure that you have them to the right height. Like right now, I got a straight down here, 90
He's
degree
vertical.
bend.
Yeah, but the upper arm should be completely vertical.
Yep. And when I put my arms down, the weight of my arms is going through the armrest, and that helps your shoulders and your neck as well.
Yeah, stops them from sliding forward here. Now the forearms should be level or slightly less than level. You can actually some people actually put the keyboard on their thigh, and they also have a
Yeah, you
they
can
sell
get these padded keyboard rests quite cheaply, about $20 or so, and then you can put it
Yeah.
here.
I used to use one for a while, but it started bothering me because I always had to take it out and put it in. And take it in.
Yeah. So all these things are a little bit individual, depending
Right.
on yourself and your workstation.
So, so we got the height of the chair, we got the back support of the chair, we got the arms all set for the chair. Obviously, it's nice to have wheels on it too, because you can instead of going like this with your neck, you can turn your whole body, like that. So, all right. How about the keyboard? We just talked about that. That could be a little bit lower than level or level. Then the mouse. If you're a person that is actually mouse dominant, you may want to keep that fairly close to you instead of way out here because you
Right.
actually get mouse arm, mouse
Yep,
shoulder,
yep.
and if you have a neck problem with pinched nerve, that's going to actually be bothersome to that.
Right.
So you might actually put it in front of you even if you're
Sure.
if you're kind of mouse dominant.
They have keyboards that have a mouse thumb.
Yep.
You can thumb with that, and
That's another option.
some people don't like that. Some people do.
Yeah.
They cost a little more too.
Now this is probably the most crucial thing here is the height of the screen.
Absolutely.
Now, so many people have a laptop now, and the problem is if you use the keyboard on the laptop, there's no way you're going to get around
Yeah.
slouching.
Just even if I bring it up in here, I can do this, but the screen draws you forward,
Right.
and to get to the keyboard, these they're just not ergonomically
No,
set
they're
up.
not.
You get benefits of them. They're portable, but they're not going to help you. But there are options.
So what you're going to do is you're going to want to raise that screen up
Yeah.
and get a separate keyboard. The keyboards aren't very much.
No,
You can-
wireless keyboard. Just
that's
set it-
obviously not one.
What do you mean? There's no wire on it.
Yeah, okay.
I cut the wire off actually.
You got the green there so you can see it, right?
Yeah, so it's not black on black. You can see that I have it there.
So this can be raised up. We're actually going to use something very crude today.
You
but-
can use anything, boxes, books, and this is pretty crude, but it actually, you'll see the concept, and this would be better than getting a sore neck, because this is how high you actually want to have it when you're seated and everything is set. When you go a parallel line going across your eyeballs, it should go right about at the center of the keyboard. Some say a little bit higher, but right up in here so that doesn't pull you down.
Now, if you have bifocals like I do, they'll pull you down. I have my screen at the right hand, and I'd be like this.
Yep.
So I actually bought a pair of computer reading glasses.
Sure.
They're set for 40 inches.
Yep.
And I love them. I put them on every time, and my head stays straight.
Sure.
I don't get my headaches anymore, my neck headaches I used to get.
I was just to the eye doctor, and I just used cheaters, and I used 2.5, and he said, and I'm doing this. He says, well, if you get a 2.0, the focus length is going to lengthen.
Oh, sure.
So if you're cheaters, you can vary that focus length by what. So when you go to the store and you're picking out your cheater, you said, measure it out, see where you want to be, and then get it so that you have the right
Sure.
cheater for your computer.
Perfect.
So
Perfect advice, Brad.
custom fit.
Yeah, so they do have screen holders too, by the way. They clamp onto the desk and they'll hold the screen up, and you can take the screen off and the laptop.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I'll be darned.
that's what I have at home. I have
What about the keyboard?
the keyboard I have separate down below.
Then it's not a laptop. What about the keyboard up here?
I have a separate keyboard that I bought. I don't
How
use
do you-
that one.
Yeah, how do you get it off though? It kind of gets in the way, doesn't it? It just hang in there.
No, it clamps on like this.
Oh,
it
I
clamps
see.
on both sides.
Oh, I see. Nice.
It works really well.
Okay.
They're made for it,
Something
Brad.
new all the time. What are you laughing at, Mike?
So The other thing is these stand-up desks are really nice because if you can stand up every so often, it's going to put you in better posture too.
Oh, before we go any farther, Bob, this happens to be a pretty good thing if you've got paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you want to put it right there so you can look there and look there.
Yeah, without doing a lot of this
Yeah.
or even off to the side. A document holder right underneath it, it works out really good.
Over here is better than down here,
Right.
but right in front, you know, like this is actually a good situation. All right.
Brad, do you want to talk about the desk a little bit?
Yeah.
This is one from FlexiSpot. Really a nice standing desk. I'm taking this one, by the way.
I know. I know.
And it's got a drawer in there.
Yeah, some of the original ones didn't come up with a drawer.
You
like
want to
this.
say the name of it, Brad? It's on the.
Sure.
One right.
Yep, it's a EW8B as in boy series. There's a few other models that fit underneath.
What's the name? Kalmar? You said Kalmar. You don't
Well, it
see
doesn't
that.
say it on here. COMLHALMNR. Yeah.
We'll put a link
anyways,
below
yeah.
if you're interested. But
Put me on the spot.
can you take it up? Is it plugged in?
Sure, you better believe it. Let's say I want to stand there. There's 4 adjustable heights, and I'm going to push it, and it's just going to go up. I preset this height, and then we don't have to do this. If you want to sit for a while, and you say, boy, I'd like to change my posture. And this actually, I didn't preset it exactly where I'd want to.
Right.
But you can do it where there it's slowing down, and it locks in right there. So
You know, right away it's going to straighten out your back.
Right,
And,
so-
and when it straightens out your back, it straightens out your neck.
So I would not work here, you know, I want
Right.
to have this a little higher.
Right.
But, you know, I might work like this just for a little bit, just so I can stretch my legs and then put it back down to here. So it may be, 5 minutes here, but I work best when I'm seated for, 20 or 30 minutes. So, and you can play with that all you would like.
And speaking of which, it's not the worst thing to do some shoulder shrugs while you're up or
Yeah.
when you're seated. Chin tucks,
Yeah.
neck rotations, neck extensions. Grab behind your neck and give yourself a
Yep.
little support. All those things, keep the neck moving. It's going to feel a lot better
Yep.
if you move it
Even
every
the
so
low
often.
back here, the low back extension.
Now
Very
remember,
good.
this video is actually a part of a series of videos on neck pain. So in order to see the entire series, go to bobandbrad.com, go to the program section, find the one on neck pain. We'll have like 30 videos in there. Check them out. Watch the ones that you think pertain to you. You don't have to watch them all.
Just look at the titles of them. You'll see it. And if the title looks like your your issue, look at that video, watch it, and then push the button for the PDF printout. Print out the copy of the review of the whole video. It'll have exercises and the highlights of the video, so you'll remember it and have good recall. You don't have to go back and look at our videos over and over and over.
Yeah, for example, like on this video, it'll have what you should be changing, so you can just take that, print it out, and then make the changes that you need to make on your workstation.
Exactly. You could use it for a little note card and write down the height. And,
There we go.
if you're one of those scientific nerdy
So how much
people.
does this cost, Brad? How much are we charging people?
$500.
$500?
Oh, you mean for our
Yeah.
absolutely nothing? Not even your email addresses. Yeah.
This is our gift to you.
I thought you meant about the desk or something.
Yeah. No, we're not selling yet, Des.
All right.
All right, leave that to FlexiSpot. Thanks a lot.